Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I am your host Davion, and I'm joined by my boy Elijah
Yo,
and my boy Ollie.
Yo, what's good?
Today we're going to be talking about some soccer news, some soccer transfer. The transfer window opened up a little under a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And so I've honestly missed. I was out of town last week, so I didn't get to see any of the news, but this is like one of my favorite times of the year, just seeing who leaves and who stays, and seeing all the big name players get ready to leave. But firstly, start off with one of the biggest transfer moves of the summer already. Manchester City, they have their striker, 51 million pounds from Dortmund, Erling Haaland. Ali, you being our Manchester City fan, how do you feel about this?
Amazing. There's no other words for it. I don't think anybody inside Manchester City fan base is even slightly upset about this move.
Yeah.
It was the only move. Like, if we didn't get him, there were a few other strikers that we probably could have gone for, but like Haaland is young and he is just a monster. And pairing him up with De Bruyne and oh my God, and Foden it's gonna be disgusting. The through balls, disgusting. So easily best trade of the year, honestly. Best transfer.
I'm so mad. I love the transfer for him personally, but like as a Chelsea fan, being like one of the top teams in London, in England, and like having to have to play you guys this season, like I'm not excited for that.
Oh yeah.
Because look, Chelsea, we've lost Rudiger to Real Madrid. Elijah,
yes, sir.
We've lost Christensen. He's been released. We're gonna lose Marcus Alonso. We're gonna lose Aspilicueta. Like our entire back line is just gonna get just demolished this summer. And so I think as of now we've brought in 0 players. So it's just gonna be a really tough summer for us Chelsea fans but we have to sit and wait and be patient and see what new management does, because I don't know. But Haaland's a good pickup. Elijah, I had a question for you. Real Madrid not being able to get Mbappe, where does that go now for striking wise?
We just gonna have to still rely on Benzema. He's had a phenomenal season.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't disappointed us yet. So, I'm not really too upset about not getting Mbappe. It's pretty cool. We got 2 good transfers, picked up a midfielder and we picked up Rudiger, like as you said. So, we just gonna have to keep relying on the Benzema.
Yeah, I think Benzema is honestly one of, if not the best striker in the world right now. And so, I wouldn't have spent that money on Mbappe. I think that's good for them to wait and not have to deal with that. But I also feel that that Madrid is just, they're improving. They, like you said, they got that midfielder from where he's from, AC no, he's not from
Monaco.
AC. Monaco, yes, Monaco. And so that's big for y'all. Who, for the both of y'all, who do y'all want y'all's team to pick up? Like what do you think your team needs right now?
I'll let you go first.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, I think the Chelsea fan need to speak first, but if I go first, I will say we pretty set, to be honest.
Yeah.
To get another striker, we don't need one, but it would be good to have another one to back up Benzema, just in case anything happens. But right now, so far, we pretty good. We're pretty solid.
So I think right now we need defenders. We need something that Chelsea always has a problem with, because here's more news about Chelsea. They bought in Romelu Lukaku from Milan last season for 128 million, I think it was. And now we've sold him on loan back to Milan for about 10 million pounds. So like we've lost 110 million pounds for one player over one season. And our problem is we go pick up these strikers who just can't compete in the Premier League because we picked up Werner and he was terrible his first season and second season, because then we had to bring in Lukaku last season. But we need a striker, a true striker, like a Lewandowski type striker. And I don't understand why Chelsea isn't going after Lewandowski, because that just makes the most sense to me. But instead, Chelsea right now are putting bids in for Raheem Sterling. They're putting bids in for Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona, which doesn't make sense to me. But we're also selling like the house. Ziyech is on the market. Werner's on the market. And so many other players on the market. But right now, I mean, I think we're going to look at a $45 million bid for Sterling. And I think that's just, I don't want to spend more than that for Sterling. But defending wise, we're looking at the Lick from Juventus. We're looking at Koundé from Sevilla, but I think they want like 80 million for him, which is ridiculous money. And so I don't know what Chelsea's gonna do. It's gonna be a long summer, but hopefully we can get some of these things done now. I mean, done early, because we have nothing right now. City.
Well, I mean, firstly, definitely agree. Y'all need help. Y'all need Jesus.
No, they need Jesus. I'm about to say they don't need help. They need everything.
But I won't stick on that. I'll leave that alone.
No, go ahead. It's bad, bro. It's bad. I know. Don't tell me.
Bad.
Indeed, it is. But everything. The thing is, the benefit of being a club like a Chelsea or a Liverpool or a Man City or any of these top teams in any league, you have money. So it's just a fact of being able to attract the correct players, right? Because this isn't like football or these American sports where you just trade a player and they have no dictation over where the hell they go. Yeah. So that's definitely a huge thing. So
I want to add on something real quick. I'll let you
go for it.
Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna let you finish. We gave y'all 80 million for Hazard. Y'all need to do something with it. Go buy a player. Do something.
Listen, that 80 million was 4 years ago. That 80 million is gone. We spent all that on Lukaku. That's gone.
But we also gave you extra. We also gave you extra money just for Hazard
15. Yeah, you gave us 15 million for y'all winning the.
I better figure it out.
It was in this class. But here's the thing about Chelsea. So I think most people who follow soccer and the world of football know that we just got a new owner in. And so now we have had our chairman leave, we've had our sporting director leave, we have had and some other, like, we've had Petr Cech, who's one of our top advisors to the club. He left today or yesterday or today. And so we're losing all of our front office because of this the new owner. But it's not because the new owner is bad, it's because they're just trying to bring in their own thing. They're trying to just change the culture at Chelsea to something that they want, which I understand and I'm patient and I can wait for. But when it comes to that, it puts delay on transfer. I mean, our new owner did say that he's going to allow Thomas Tuchel, our manager, to do whatever he wants, which I like and which, I am more than thrilled with. But I don't want to see us spend $80 million on a striker that's not Lewandowski, that's not Harry Kane, that's not Erling Haaland, but we're not going to get Haaland out, obviously, just for an example. And I don't want to see us spend more than £60 on a defender. Like I think we have about 200 mil to spend this off season, and so we need to spend that money the way we should. I mean, Ollie, you didn't even hit on City signing Calvin Phillips from Leeds.
No, I didn't. And also, we're trying to ship out 2 players. So, obviously, we did ship out Gabriel Jesus. So, there's a lot going on.
Oh, yeah. Jesus just went to Arsenal for 45, which is, I think, it's the best big for Arsenal. That team is just getting better this offseason. Divock Origi, former Liverpool man, just made it to AC Milan.
And they still got the same manager, right?
Who?
Arsenal.
Yes, they have Arteta.
Okay.
I mean, they started looking good over at towards the end of the season last year.
Like always.
Like always.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, after Christmas, they started ramping it up a little bit. I think they just needed time, to be honest. But I think, yeah, I don't know what Chelsea's gonna do. I just have no idea. But Ollie, back to your point. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was pretty much it. So on that one, but in terms of Man City, yeah, we've moved Gabriel. We're trying to move Raheem. We're definitely gonna need a striker. Like, as weird as that sounds,
No, you have two. You have
who?
two.
Who else?
You have that Argentinian.
I need another
guy.
striker.
No. They have one. They have that Argentinian guy that
Julian,
they signed last year, but he's coming in on this fall.
Y'all good on strikers. Y'all don't need nobody.
No, I mean, okay, we're moving 2 strikers out though, right? So
you
we're
have
moving Gabriel.
Yeah.
And we move Raheem. We got Erling, who is definitely worth 2 strikers, but like, where else can we
You still got
improve?
Phil Foden?
No,
Yeah,
you have Phil. You have Phil, but no,
exactly.
they have another
Phil could be a striker too.
No. They have another striker that they're bringing in.
Well, listen, the way it doesn't even matter because the way that Pep runs our offense, we don't even play with the striker half the time.
Y'all really don't use strikers at all. Y'all mostly use midfielders.
And that was, I don't know what he didn't like about Gabriel Jesus, because he's clearly a great player. He just didn't like how he fit in the scheme, I guess. But I
don't think it was along the lines of him not liking him. I think it's just the way that Pep plays. I mean, coaches. That's just the way that he wanted to. Just wasn't in whatchamacallit's forte.
This was just didn't fit it.
Yeah.
You know, Pep mostly his play style is just straight possession, playmaking, and just running through the midfield.
Also, the guy that y'all signed in January, Ollie, is Julian Alvarez. He's played for River Plate over in the Argentinian league, but y'all saw him in January, but he's finished playing his season. But now he's moving to City in the fall. And so that's I would say your backup striker.
I mean, I don't know much.
Play something 4-4-2.
Yeah, I don't know much about him. I would have to look more at him because when we made that move, I wasn't even focused on transfers yet. I was still in playoff football mode, and so I'll definitely have to look into him. But I don't know. It's just where else, because our defenders, we have Kyle Walker. I'm not a huge fan of our center backs personally.
I can see that.
It's they're not bad. It's just I'm just not a huge fan. I love Kyle Walker. I like Nathan Ake. He hasn't played really too much. I like him. He's still pretty young. I don't love him though. I wouldn't, if he played instead of like Diaz or Stones, I wouldn't be satisfied. I'm like, or Laporte. But I'm just like, I love Zinchenko. That kid.
Did you not hear? They're selling him this offseason too.
I'm not surprised. I mean, why not? We don't need him because he doesn't even play him at his role. I think he plays either back, but he'll play him like he plays Cancelo at that center defensive mid spot. Yeah. And they both play it really well. Cancelo plays it amazingly.
Oh, he's nuts.
This year, oh my God. So I mean, in that situation, do we really need Zinchenko? But I would have preferred to, as you guys are saying, I would have preferred to sell Ake and then keep Zinchenko and get another defender if they want to, something like that. But personally, I personally would love to keep him. But
so I've been hearing that what's his name, the Portuguese guy from y'all. Why can't Bernardo Silva? He's been linked with Barcelona as well. Yes. Because he wants. I think his dream is to play at Barcelona, and Pep's like, if you want. I mean, Pep's one of those managers. Like, if you want to leave, you can leave.
Yeah, there's so much talent, and he knows where it is. He does not care. He has 8. Like, he has people that aren't even of age yet that he is just watching, or that he has his agents or whatever watching, just because he knows. He's like, that's a special kid.
And so and just hitting on Barcelona real quick. I mean, I don't know what their money just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I know they're looking at Robert Lewandowski for 45 to 50 pounds from Bayern Munich, because Lewandowski came out and said, listen,
Lewandowski don't even care. He said the money.
No, he said, I will not come back to Bayern Munich, and I want to play for Barcelona. And so, I mean, for me as a Chelsea fan, like I would love for us to go try to pursue Lewandowski.
Why don't y'all? Y'all should.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Y'all got the money. Y'all got the money to get him if y'all want.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It just doesn't make. I don't know. Like we need a true striker who can score goals, and that's literally what Lewandowski is.
I was just about to say that. I think that was y'all main problem was a true striker because Timo was not it. Lukaku, I don't know what was wrong with him. So that's pretty much it. Y'all was pretty much scoring y'all goals off of midfield, just like Man City. So I think y'all just need a good striker.
I mean, something that we've been trying to do. I mean, a bid that we've put in.
But y'all always had a good midfield, so I don't understand why y'all continue. I don't know.
I mean, listen, we submitted a transfer for Timo Werner and 30 mil for De Ligt from Juventus. Hopefully that gets accepted over the next couple of days. But like we don't know. I mean, you never know what's like true and what's false these days because like I just wait. I just want. Yeah. We just need a defender and we need a striker. That's all we need.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one thing on the Barcelona too. I also do feel a little bad for them because they bought they got Aguero from us, and then he didn't play well, and then instantly injury issues, and he just retired. So like that also did not probably go too well for them.
Was that a buy or was that free?
It might have been free, but I mean, still, when you think
those
you
wages,
have that player,
when
you think you have that player that's going to at least play for you for a few years, you know, he was still a great player. It's the injuries. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of buying an old striker unless they're clearly like they had to be top of the league for me to want to buy one at
like
a high
Lewandowski.
rate. Yeah,
exactly.
And even that, I would still be a little hesitant because just wait. Listen, it's the same thing with. I don't want to switch sports, but like a Tom Brady effect of you know the dive off. You never know when it's gonna hit. And for soccer, you're running for 90 minutes a game. You know, and the seasons can be long if you're in Champions League and you know your cup games and all that stuff. You never know when it's gonna happen. And then having him switch from one system to a completely different. He has to learn all new defenders and all this stuff, and it can be a lot to transition. So it's already going to take him about a year or two. He's going to score. Like, that's not debatable, right?
Yeah.
But it can take a little bit of time to get acclimated to that new system, especially after being with a similar system for how long has he been?
He's been there for at least 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. So
because he left Dortmund and went to Bayern.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. I would do it. It's a great chance to take because he's a great player. So you know you're gonna get good, quality unless the unfortunate injury happens, which is a question for any player.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
Listen, where I hear you and where I understand that. Lewandowski's what 35, 36 maybe. Wait, let me see, Robert.
I think 34, 35.
Whatever the age is, look. Listen, I think
he's 33. He's 33.
Oh, listen,
he's turning 34 though.
You can sign a 2 to 4 year deal with him, and in my opinion, because look, he plays international and he plays really well. Like I've seen a lot of their games this summer during the Nations League, and I've seen just how how productive he is. Like he is so productive. For a really bad Poland, well, not really bad. That's harsh. But for an under top 10 Polish team, and so I like him still. I really do. But just jumping back to you real quick, Sterling, he is labeled as Chelsea's top summer target, but I don't understand why. Because Sterling, you being a City fan, know this. He is not clinical in front of goal at all. No. He's not. And so it's we're bringing in somebody who's fast, who isn't going to be able to score in front of goal.
Nope.
It just doesn't make I hope Thomas has something in his mind, but right now it's just not it.
Once again, like I said, y'all steady bringing in midfielders. Y'all need to worry about strikers.
Man, we were rumored to buy Richarlison from Everton, talking about a pile of garbage. Oh my gosh! Talking about not an inconsistent striker. That's Richarlison. Like, he makes me so angry. And I saw that we had a bid in for him, and I was like, let's not do that, boys. Please, let's not get him in. Like, he'll just make us mad all next season, and then we'll be selling another striker. It just doesn't make sense.
Now y'all gonna be buying another striker very, very soon after you get Raheem Sterling, because he is a great player to cause issues. His speed, you have to respect it, because if you do let him get that one-on-one versus the goalie, he's probably gonna make it.
He's definitely gonna.
Yeah, he got it. 100%.
Whenever he gets the ball in front of net with his back turned, he's probably not hitting the net, and if he does, it's gonna be a roller right to the goalie. With Jesus, this man turns and he's sending a rocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Phil Foden, all the plays that we have. So why would we play him? Another team could definitely benefit if you have that number, the actual number 9, who can be good in the middle. If Sterling can definitely move defenders. So if you pair him with somebody good, because I do believe him paired with with Haaland, that would be disgusting. That's too much speed for anybody. But I prefer. I don't even know what I prefer right now, him or Grealish over there, because I'll have to see what Grealish does next year. Obviously, he didn't have a great year this year, but it is his first year in Pep system, so you got to give him a little bit of slack, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Let's be real.
He's young too. So.
Jack's like 23, 24. Yeah. Like,
he's young.
I think you give him plenty of time.
He's mid. Yeah.
He's
like in the middle.
Give him plenty of time. And he's to be honest, he's a really nice guy. Like, I
love him.
Like, I heard a story yesterday that honestly made me become a fan of his. And so it's I think. So the story was that there was this special needs girl, and because he's from Birmingham, he's literally from South Birmingham, and I think she lived in the city of Birmingham or whatever, and she was a Grealish fan, and I think they might have got to a game, her and her family, and literally he just was so humble and down to earth with this person, and so they hung out that night, and then he invited them to sit to the Etihad for a game in his box with his family, spent the day with her and everything, and still keeps in contact with her and everything. And it just such a down to earth, genuine dude. And and it wasn't for publicity, because he literally said to his publisher, or he had his personal assistant do this, didn't even want Manchester City to hear it, because they didn't want it to get advertised he was doing it for looks or anything. And so that's just that's a humble thing that not many people do these days. And so I definitely do applaud that from him.
I like players like that.
I do too.
Not even just soccer, just players in general, all sports players. Yeah.
And having him, it's like having that. I don't know. Since he's gotten on the team since probably week 2 or 3. The first week he was pretty quiet, but after that he's been on our Instagram almost every week doing something stupid or funny. They have him with the 360 camera, jokester. just swinging his hips like Jack Grealish will. Just being a lad. He's just a fun guy to have.
Yeah,
so I watched the England the English national team when they have international breaks or whatever. And I literally love all of their content, because they show actual behind the scenes of the players and stuff, and he's just always the one just there making a joke and just having a good time. And so that's just, that's good. I think hopefully Jack will really bounce back this offseason, because I understand selling Sterling, but I get why you're not selling Jack, because you just spent $100 million on him, and he's 1 year in, so give him some time, I guess. But bouncing over to your rivals, Ollie, Manchester United, talk about a team that sucks and that's just in the mud. They released Pogba, and he signed a 4-year. I think he's going to be signing a 4-year deal with Juventus.
Oh, yeah.
Jesse Lingard, who they should have let go for $25 million last January to West Ham. They released him, and he's probably going to hopefully go back to West Ham or somewhere. Nemanja Matic, he hasn't been doing much, but he's left to Roma for free. Cavani got released. What are United doing right now?
I don't know, but I love it.
I love it.
I love it. It's
hilarious.
It's great. What use is having Ronaldo if you don't have any help for him? He's a great player, but he can only take you so far. It's I don't know. You got to have help. He needs something. Everybody needs something.
Yeah.
Agree.
I don't know. That team is just slipping, and it's hilarious to watch.
Just let them fall. I don't mind. Let them fall.
I want them to be like terrified mid-table.
Oh yeah.
Outside of top 6.
I mean, we already outside. We already top 6. So
they need to fall a little further. Further.
Listen, it's funny that they're like struggling to bring in Frankie De Jong from Barcelona, because I think Barcelona wants like it was 75 to 85 mil, and just United don't want to pay that for some reason. I don't get it. They're not selling Ronaldo this summer. And Christian Eriksen is literally like waiting to see what United brings in before he makes his decision to sign.
He's leaving.
To sign for Manchester United, one of the top, one of the should be top clubs in the world, or Brentford. Like what? There was like 30 years, like 5 years ago, there was never been a debate of what club he wants to go to between Brentford and United. For me personally, I think he should stay at Brentford because of the rapport that he's already established there. And who wants to play at United? Nobody. Like,
honestly.
And so, I mean, something that made me like, Elijah, you being our residential United fan, what was y'all's opinion on Jadon Sancho this past season?
I don't want to be too harsh on him because it is his first season and he's trying to adapt.
I agree.
But I would say I was expecting a much better and, like a Dortmund type.
Yeah.
Sancho, but, I can't really complain too much because he's new, so.
I agree. Yeah.
Got to get adjusted. And plus, he came at a bad time. Like 3 managers changed? Like, it was bad.
All over the place, yeah.
He just came at a bad time, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I actually like him, but obviously, I mean, he's got to do something. So we'll see. I have hope for him. I saw some videos of him probably like.
I mean, towards the end, he was pretty decent, but
yeah, it's just gonna take some time. Give him. I always say, give a new player, depending on how they play and
who it is.
And who it is and what the outcome you're expecting, obviously. But I say, like, a really, really good player, you should have success your first year. You don't have to be the top scorer, but if you're just, we expect him to produce this year. You know, if he's not amazing, I'll let it slide a little bit. He's young and it's his first year with Pep Guardiola. I'll let it slip a little bit. A lot of fans are not going to, because you are that was a lot of money, period.
Yeah. And I do think, I mean, a lot of fans definitely are harsh on these players. Their first
especially
season.
At top teams, especially
I could be one of those fans sometimes.
Hilarious. I mean, and that's what happened to Lukaku.
I try to give them the benefit of the doubt sometimes.
So. I mean, that's what happened to Lukaku. He got in his head, and when he got in his head and he made that mistake in December, that screwed him up for this entire season, and now he's gone. But I forgot one transfer that we forgot to talk about. Sadio Mane leaves Liverpool.
How
for Bayern Munich? I get it. Your stance is your time's over and you don't want to leave. But couldn't be me. Would not be me. Liverpool looks pretty good.
That I didn't understand that from really. I mean, well, mainly his side, but it's just like wow. I mean, but if you want something new, you want something new, I guess. But wow.
I mean, they've had a really good window so far, man.
Oh, yeah.
They've signed Mane. They have also signed shoot, I just looked at it. Hold on. Mane, they've signed Mane. They've signed Gravenberch from Ajax, which is big. They've signed Ajax's right back as well. I mean, they've really something I would say that Bayern does well is put their money like in the right places.
Mm-hmm.
Like they know what they're doing. And so good for them. They still can't win. Well, they won the Champions League 2 years ago? 3 years ago.
Yeah.
The year before Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat PSG.
Yeah, the year before Chelsea. So I mean, hopefully they can get back to it and keep it up. But the problem with Bayern, which makes this very ironic and makes me laugh, is that they can't keep a manager at all.
Yeah.
Like they're gone like a year or two afterwards. It's like it just doesn't really make much sense.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Working with Bayern, I'll probably be bored too, because it's like
we're gonna win
Bundesliga.
everything.
What else? What else can we win?
Well, no,
We've been
there's a
trying
lot
to
of
win
cups.
Champions League, which we did finally win Champions League, but it's like after that we lost to Villarreal this season.
I mean, with the amount of money that they put in, they need to be winning every season. Just like City.
Yeah, we need one like now. If we don't win this year, like at this point,
it's Pep cursed.
It's not Pep
that's
cursed.
Gotta be
Pep.
It's got to be his only goal this year. I don't care about any of the cup games. I don't even care about league. Let's just qualify again. That's the only goal. Let's get second or third. We want it this year. We don't need it. Let's get Champions League. We need to be all in. There's no other answer.
I don't know what's gonna happen this season. I think after Chelsea figure out what they have to do, then I'll come back on here and I'll say how we did. But as we begin to close today, like, what are some of your final thoughts about this transfer window? Because we'll probably try to do one or two once a week ish, give or take. Don't hold me to that, but that's like the want anyway. What's just your final takes as we begin to close?
Elijah, you want to go?
I don't got no final takes.
That's a first.
Well, I mean, Man City, so far good. I know we're still trying to move some pieces, so we'll see what happens. But I'm satisfied with ours.
Actually,
satisfied to see Man United fall. So,
you done, Ollie?
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually do got something to say. I'm gonna need Eden Hazard to pick it up this season. Hopefully, I'm gonna need him to stop being injury prone and keep getting injured. And then when he healthy, I'm gonna need Ancelotti to let him play a couple games and fill him out to see what's he about. Because if he continue to play like how he playing, Chelsea could have his ass back.
Should have got the other Hazard brother.
Yeah, right. Thorgan, baller. He's been balling.
Exactly, like your brother playing better than you. It used to be the big brother better. Now it's the little brother better. So yeah.
Hey.
If he don't pick it up this season, y'all can have him.
Oh, okay, I'll accept it. But my final take is, honestly, I probably just pretty much just said it. Like, Chelsea just needs to come with something and bring some substance into the next season. I know we can make it happen. I think it's just a matter of time and just patience. This offseason, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they do, especially with our new front office. Yeah, that's it for me, man. Thank y'all for listening to this podcast. It's been another good episode talking about the world of soccer and all the things. If you don't know, follow us on Instagram at the Postgame Inc. Follow us on Twitter at the Postgame Inc. as well. The podcast is available on Spotify, YouTube, and all the other fun things. But yeah, I've been your host, Davion.
I've been Nila.
Ollie.
And this has been The Postgame.